pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Good evening. Okay, we are here for our zoning meeting. I'll start with the roll call. Freeman Plummer.
Half here.
And Howard Burnham.
Present.
Butch Cushing.
Present.
Omer C. Ahern Jr.
Present.
And Patrice Scott here. All right. Has everyone had a chance of looking at our minutes from July 12th? I've been through them. I found one typo on the second page. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the fifth bullet down, Sharon. It just says conditional approving instead of conditional approval. Yep. And I've read through them. I haven't seen anything that was out of order. Did anybody have any corrections? Any other corrections?
Nope.
I would entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Okay, Butch.
Second.
Okay, Freeman, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Oppose? All right. All right, there's that. Okay, we are here for a public hearing on case 212051, special exception for a medical center walk-in clinic. Request for relief from Article 3, Section 304 in the Table of Uses of the Plymouth zoning ordinance. Okay, I would ask for somebody to come forward with their request.
We do have some plans here. So we're proposing a...
Okay, I'm sorry, could you please identify yourself?
Yes, so Chris Solomon with Salmon D'Elia Architects. I'm the architect
Okay.
on the project.
Okay.
So we are proposing a walk-in medical clinic in the Hatch Plaza as one of the tenants within the facility.
Mm-hmm.
So as part of that, we're going to have 6 medical clinic exam rooms where minor examinations will happen. No major treatments will happen in this facility. That'll all be filtered back up to Spear Hospital. So we're going to have a main lobby, reception, waiting area, 6 clinics, a couple of bathrooms, support space in this clinic.
Mm-hmm.
So it's strictly interior tenant fit up. We're not proposing any changes to the site. So I do have a site plan here. So it's going to be typical Hatch Plaza that I'm sure we're all familiar with. So it's going to be in this tenant space, parking and pedestrian walks will remain intact in their current status, with the pedestrian way being this covered pathway. So they'll
Excuse me,
maintain
Madam
that.
Chair, is that the vacant Radio Shack?
It's the
Which-
old bank.
The old bank?
Yes,
Bank of
so it's
New
going to go
Hampshire.
in
Okay.
into that
Just
facility.
Just curious, it never referred to
Yeah,
as a
so
place.
not Maurice's,
No,
the old, okay.
the old bank, yeah, so it's going to go in that, from front to back, runs throughout the facility. So
Okay,
just
okay.
strictly interior fit up for a medical clinic.
Approximately 2,500 square feet, right?
Yeah, just under 2,500 square feet. It's going to be run from early in the morning to evening hours. They're not proposing to be running throughout the night. It won't be a 24-hour clinic.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Could I ask, I know basically that area, but is there a handicap accessible? I know there's some kind of, not either a ramp, but somewhere somebody could get up on a wheelchair?
Yeah, so there's a couple of spots here that are already marked as handicap.
Right.
And with that, essentially this whole plaza is handicap accessible. So you can wheel right up from any of these parking spots, right up into this pedestrian way and into the building without any obstructions.
Okay, so you don't have to do that, it's already, I knew there was some kind of sloped entranceway.
I mean, there's slight grading just for water shedding, but it's not even considered a ramp. It's below that. As part of that, there is a back entrance into the facility where if there are any ambulances needed or deliveries, we'll come back to this back delivery space, which is currently a delivery corridor.
That's pre-existing.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
yep,
a
okay.
pre-existing space behind the facility. so that there won't be any obstructions up here in the roadway. So deliveries, linen deliveries to the site,
Uh-huh.
stuff like that, soiled linens leaving. And then if people do come here and need additional help, they would either drive up to Spear, or an ambulance would come, pick them up, and bring them to Spear for additional.
Okay, how about the doorway, the entry into the building? Is that accessible for handicapped people?
But that would be redone.
Yes, we're gonna put
Site plan
a,
review.
well,
Yeah, I'm just curious.
both of these doors up front, we are proposing putting an auto operator on it. So people, when they come up, they can just hit
Right,
the
can
button and
push
it's
that.
gonna open. That existing storefront there is going to remain, because it is intact and in good shape. Out back, there will be some renovations to this door. Right now, it doesn't meet code, and there's essentially two doors. There's the original door, and then at some point, there was a secondary door installed. Those are gonna be removed, so that this would be a second means of egress and meet code. And those would have crash bars on them, so that although they'd be locked so that people can't come in, people can still get out.
Okay.
We have submitted this to the State Fire Marshal's Office for their review, so that's gone through
Great.
to make sure that all that is approved.
All right, do any members have any questions? Howard?
Just what kind of security do you have for your office in place?
Security currently,
Such as?
You know, cameras, whatever.
So there's existing cameras, I believe, on the property. We would have, it's generally a doctor's office, if you think of it in that fashion. The staff would have a pendant, typically, is what we have our nurses carry. It's a pendant that kind of hangs from their chest. And that is for emergency use. It connects directly to the police department.
Okay.
We probably, I'm not going to say we will, but we will look into cameras for the facility. I don't know what the need is at this time, though.
Okay.
If we find a need, obviously, at that point, we would add cameras.
we are proposing to add one light back here by the back door,
Okay.
just so it's not a dark alleyway.
Why was this location chosen? Just out of curiosity, why?
I'm Michelle McKeon.
Hi, Michelle.
This was chosen because of its location. As we worked with a consultant and looking at what are sort of the success factors of an urgent care center, which is what this is comparable to. It's really places that have high traffic. You'll find about 40% of urgent care centers are placed near a grocery store. And they're suggesting that for success, you put it someplace where you've got people coming in every day on multiple stops. Sometimes this is not something you plan to go to an urgent care center, but you're just going to grocery shopping with your kid and there's fever or whatever, you can stop in. So it's really convenience, access to parking, and high visibility. So those were the factors that allowed us to pick this site.
Is this funded with grants, or is this something?
No.
Okay.
And in fact, just to make a note on your notes, we did notice that it says Spear Memorial Hospital. It's actually, it's Spear Health Ventures.
Spear Health
Just a
Ventures.
subsidiary of Spear Memorial Hospital. We're doing that because of regulations. We're designated as a critical access hospital by Medicare, and they've changed the rules. So as of I think 2010, if we start an off-site location, we jeopardize our designation. So that's why we're doing it through
Dennis,
a
I couldn't
subsidiary.
read your handwriting. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I
It was
had a
like-
hard time reading.
That's okay, I'm teasing.
that bad?
No, yes. It's with my eyes.
It's probably my
it is.
handwriting.
Bad combination.
It's a very good idea, Michelle. I was wondering, so this kind of operation, I mean, I definitely think it's something that's very needed. There's no place for people to go when they just, other than the
Exactly,
emergency room. So
exactly.
I think
Cost
it's,
of emergency care is pretty expensive. Insurance companies have made the out-of-pocket cost very high for emergency rooms. We do not have primary care offices that are open extended hours. Some may
Right.
be open on Saturday morning. And we have a lot of tourism in the area. And I can tell you, our switchboard gets flooded every weekend saying, where's the urgent care center?
right.
So we agree with you. Nationally, you're seeing a lot of these.
Right. Seen a lot in cities.
Right.
Nebraska and New Hampshire, there was like
Right.
14
The southern part of the
last year.
state has quite a few. You
Yeah.
do see that
Yeah.
advertised.
So it provides that care in between the primary care office where you can schedule your appointment Monday through Friday, but where you don't need an emergency room. So it will
Right.
be, sprains, it will be small lacerations, illnesses, minor injuries, those types of things.
Okay, and will it be primarily staffed by,
Primarily staffed by nurse practitioners.
Okay, that's,
And there will be a physician medical director.
okay.
And what are the hours going to be?
Weekdays will be 12 hours. We haven't decided if it's like 8 to 8 or 10 to 10 or somewhere in between there. I don't ever see us going beyond 10, probably not even till 10, probably about 9 o'clock.
Any weekends hours?
Weekends will be open 8 to 10 hours. We'll start at 8 and just see how the demand.
Saturday and Sunday?
Yep.
Good.
So it'll be 7 days a week.
Wow. Okay, well, that sounds great. Anybody, any other
Yes.
questions?
Kind of a
Omar?
follow-up question to Mr. Burnham's question. And especially looking at one of the questions that we're going to have to answer affirmatively about adverse effects to, serious hazards to folks in the neighborhood. And something that, you know, I'm hearing about on the news every day, several times a day. Would there be any controlled substances on the, you know, the federal list that will be in this facility such that some miscreant might want to come in and?
No, we will not be storing any narcotics or any controlled substances on the premises.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Freeman, any questions?
I'm just concerned about the parking areas. Usually Hannaford's is chock-a-block
Yeah, but
full.
if you, beyond that, where Marshall's is, that's pretty typical. The openness, you're right, Hannaford's is, you're absolutely right, but because I did look at that in terms of a planning analysis, and medical center, which is not even defined, it's just referred to, this is a walk-in clinic, it's an urgent care, it's not a medical center, but that's the only default definition we had. The only formula I could come up with for parking was one space per 250 square feet of gross area, so there's more than 10 spaces there available. I really don't think that's going to be a problem, because that is almost always open. I mean, if you look around the periphery and to the extreme right, that's totally empty, so, because if I thought it was a problem, I would definitely bring it up.
Right, well, is there any possibility of who owns the parking lot, that they might be able to designate certain ones for the clinic?
And that's one thing that we talked about possibly down the road, is if there is a need, talking with the management about possibly labeling a few of these
Right.
as handicap parking.
Yeah, you could certainly,
Just
at
adding
site plan, you would
handicap
want to,
parking.
your
that would
configuration,
be-
you would want more handicapped access.
Right. But I think in general, there seems to be lots of parking over, a little farther away, but in the same parking lot. Which is true, when you go to the emergency room, it's always kind of full there too.
But if you think of it in sense of a store versus a medical clinic,
Right.
you're going to get less foot traffic in a medical clinic than you are in a store. So I think in reality, it's less spots that would be needed for this versus a store.
No, I think we won't have a problem with that, that's what I think.
It's got to be better than going to the hospital and trying to
Right,
find parking.
Yeah.
Right,
It's-
I think
it's a good fit.
ample
I have
parking.
6 kids, and I'll tell you, when I first moved up here, the first question I had was, and I worked for the hospital, I was trying to find where the closest walk-in clinic was.
Right, yeah.
Because calling the pediatrician was, well, yeah, we can schedule an appointment 6 months out.
Right,
Well, no, I
right.
want to go yesterday. So something like this.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great idea, and I definitely think there's a big need for it.
Well, and there's, there is the pharmacy next door at Hannaford's that
Right.
has to be open, so it's a very symbiotic use.
Right.
Good reuse, because that plaza is fairly empty, so.
Right,
I think
no,
it fits
it's a great
perfectly.
idea. So, okay, well, I'm going to open the public hearing part. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to speak in support of the clinic?
Yes,
Hi,
Frank
Frank.
Miller, citizen of town of Plymouth, and I am very much in favor of this project. It makes good use of an existing structure. It meets the character of that neighborhood. It provides a very critical service to the town of Plymouth, and I would like to see it approved.
Great, thanks, Frank. All right, is there anybody who would want to speak in opposition to the project? Eleanor?
Eleanor Plummer, I just have a question. I understood that the hospital had a walk-in clinic. Have they discontinued that?
But that I don't know, we can ask Michelle.
Because they came out with a big thing all about how they they now had a walk-in clinic and all that.
Okay, so Michelle says it was discontinued, so there's a need.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We
Thank
did
you.
open it, I think, about 2003, and it was closed about 2013.
Okay, well, that's, all right. Anybody have any observations? Neutral. All right, I will close the public hearing. Then why don't we start by making some findings of fact? First one I have is, the request is for approximately 2,560 square feet of space within the 26-acre complex where Hannaford is located, Hatch Plaza.
Excuse me,
Okay.
you're going to want to,
You want to say,
Adequate facilities for the
but you need to.
proposal.
you
Okay,
need to read
adequate
that When you can vote, and I'll take it back.
size for proposal, size and space.
Especially, it appears to be very well ADA compliant in terms of parking and
Okay.
entryways.
Okay, adequate parking and ADA compliant.
No, no abutters were here to oppose it.
Yep, no abutters opposed. It's in the industrial commercial development ICD zone. And it is a permissible use under Article 3, Section 304. All right,
Been stated a need for such a
okay.
facility since we've closed the walking hospital.
Okay, hospital closed. It's urgent care in 2013, and this fills a need in the community. You can put, the request is for 6 exam rooms with nursing station support. I don't know if we need to get that detailed, with reception and waiting area. It's not full horse treatment, it's just for urgent care. Okay, you want to go, anything else we should add? Okay, why don't we go through our criteria? Number 1, the proposed use shall be only those allowed in the ordinance by special exception.
true,
True.
True?
True.
True.
Okay, that's unanimous. The specific site is an appropriate location and of adequate size for the use.
true,
True.
True?
True.
True.
Okay. 3, the use as developed will not adversely affect the character of the area in which the proposed use will be located.
true,
True.
True?
True.
True.
And we cite the foot traffic from, or pedestrian traffic from shopping areas. It won't have any effect on that. Number 4, there will be no nuisance or serious hazard to vehicles or pedestrians.
true,
True.
That's true.
True.
Based upon what was said, I have to say it's true also.
Okay, and we can cite that ambulance delivery is planned in the back, in the delivery, back entrance.
And no controlled substances will be on the premises.
Okay, no controlled substances. Okay, number 5, the use will not place excessive or undue burden on town services and facilities.
true,
True.
True?
True.
True.
Okay, and 6, there would be no significant effect resulting from such use upon the public health, safety, and general welfare of the neighborhood in which the use would be located.
true,
True.
True?
True.
True.
Okay, and we'd cite that this is fulfilling a need in the community for urgent care. Okay, I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion, we approve the variance as presented.
Second it.
All in favor?
aye,
Aye.
Okay, opposed? No, so unanimous. unanimous.
Special exception.
Whatever, yeah. Special exception.
Special exception. Yeah, for special
Sorry, Homer.
exception. Thank you. Congratulations, you got it.
Gotta
And
get
thank
that
you for
right.
doing what you're doing. So, you're halfway there.
Thank you very much.
Week and a half?
Yeah. And we'll see you on the 15th.
Good. I think it'll be very busy. A lot of people will be using it.
We hope so.
Thank you all.
All right, thank you. So that is the public hearing. Is there any unfinished business?
No, ma'am. There is
New
none.
business? Nope. Okay. Communications, other business?
No, only that, of course, they'll be going to the planning board on the 15th for site plan.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let's see, the hospital will go to planning board on 9/15.
Yeah, and that's where all the, the
Right,
specifics
all
will
the
get worked
specifics,
out.
yeah.
And Being what it is, of course, there'll be great oversight, by the
Right.
fire marshal and everything else, so.
Yeah.
I'm,
Well,
I'm very excited because
I think
that
it's a
plaza
great
was
use.
looking a little,
Right, a little empty.
and
Radio
it's,
Shack's closed?
I beg your
Radio
pardon?
Shack closed?
Who?
The Radio Shack closed?
It's
Yeah,
closing, going, gone,
Radio
yeah.
Shack and
Where's it going?
the other place and the paint place.
Out, bankruptcy, I
Oh,
believe,
no,
yeah.
the paint
that
place is still there.
Radio Shack.
Oh, Radio Shack, yeah.
So,
Okay, well, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Okay, Omer,
Second?
second. Freeman, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
thank you.
7:23.
Gotta take one.